Hello, and welcome to the Big Meli update presentation for January 2018, as well as the first quarter of 2018. Today, we are here to look at some upcoming great projects we have in store that pertain to the first quarter of 2018, as well as some updates on some projects that have been in development for a while. This presentation will include updates on projects previously announced, as well as some big surprises you probably didn't expect, especially some new projects that are now in development on World of Meli. Thank you for joining us in this stream today. First, let's take a look at Circle and Square. Please take a look at this. Thank you for watching that quick 30-second clip. Now, I bet that clip seemed familiar, didn't it? Well, this is due in fact that it is a complete remastering of the theme song from Circle and Square Season 1. It was rebuilt from the ground up using a Wacom drawing tablet and the animation software Adobe Flash. And this is actually a little taste of what's in store to come with animations on World of Meli, as all animations from here on out on World of Meli will be animated with Adobe Flash. Instead of, the flip note animations that literally just, I think you know what I'm talking about when I say this. But with that said, now that all animations are being animated with Flash, this comes at a cost. Most episodes / animations will take more time because bigger screen and a lot more complicated layout in Flash than Flipnote Studio 3D, animations will take longer to produce. However, quality over quantity, as I always say, so this is not that big of a cost. Now that we have finished talking about my new animation software that I will animate from here on out on, let's talk about a huge event coming this year. July 24th, 2008, I brought Circle and Square into this world, in the form of a short comic strip I would make when I was really young, at almost the age of 5. And now, in 2018, it's time we celebrate their creation, and the Circle and Square 10th anniversary. I can't believe it's been 10 years since Circle and Square's initial creation. Over the years, Circle and Square have been in multiple medias that I shared along with my peers that y'all have yet to see. This animated series is the first media that I have shared publicly of Circle and Square. However, my peers are well aware of the series. I would make comics, these short stories, and hell, even most of the stories from the animated series are taken directly from the comics. In 2016, on August 28th, we launched Circle and Square, the series. It was my first big animated series, and it was my breakthrough on YouTube. And I am eternally grateful. So this year, in 2018, World of Meli is celebrating all things Circle and Square. We have so many things coming out that are related to Circle and Square. And because this year on July 24th is the 10th anniversary of Circle and Square as a whole, as well as this year on August 28th is the 2nd anniversary of the animated series. I can't wait to share more things with y'all as the years go on. And we have a great story in store for Circle and Square, and I think it really fits, and it's all leading up to a finale I cannot wait to show. But, as I said before, this year on World of Meli is all about Circle and Square. So what new things are coming this year? Well, let's see. Please note that these episodes are still very early in development, and the only piece of media we have to show are these teaser images. Welcome to Shape Company is the 8th episode overall in Circle and Square. It takes place about a couple weeks after the events in the whole Wrath of the Wand story arc, with the last episode being To the Top. The episode is basically an employee training video for all new employees of Shape Company. It's pretty filler and it has nothing to do with the main story of Circle and Square. However, it does end up setting up something important, so don't miss it. Know Your Past is the 9th episode overall of Circle and Square. It will be a very, very important episode, especially if you plan on watching Circle and Square the movie, as this episode will be a special prequel episode to said movie. As when I say prequel, I mean it sets up the main plot of the movie. The episode follows Circle, Square, and Pentagon recalling their old days when they first met. However, as they were recalling, they end up finding Circle and Square's mother's diary. They end up reading it, and they figure out how Sierra and Angle, Circle and Square's parents, met, got married, had Circle and Square, and came to Shapeland. The episode is very important as it will end on the cliffhanger, and you'll have to watch the movie in order to figure out how the cliffhanger is resolved. The Amazing Stickman is the 10th episode of Circle and Square overall, and it is the first episode to reach double digits. The Amazing Stickman follows Square trying to help Stickman, the guard from episode 1 of Circle and Square, to go to space, as for some reason a voice keeps keeping Stickman from sleeping, and once again, these episodes are in very early development, but the main plot is Square is trying to help Stickman go to space to basically accomplish some goal that a mysterious voice has set out for him. Once again, these episodes are in very early development. However, this episode is important. All of these episodes are important in their own way. Episode 11 of the series is Circle of a Circle. The plot of the episode follows Diamond in a latest attempt to take over Shapeland. He tries to clone himself in order to get a better, grip of the situation. However, he accidentally clones Circle, and for Circles, antics ensue. This episode is the last episode before the next major story arc of Circle and Square. So let's go over the next major story arc of Circle and Square. The next major story arc of Circle and Square, titled Shapeland in Space, will span from episodes 12 to 20, and will be the season finale of Circle and Square. The plot of Shapeland in Space is actually very enticing. Catastrophe strikes as Diamond, in a new partnership with Delta and Illumina, takes the entirety of Shapeland to the center of the universe in a last-ditch effort to get the Wish Cube, a mystical, powerful cube that grants the holder any single wish he wants. Circle is outcasted until Tara and Rose, two fugitives on the run after Blue Decagon destroyed their home, rescues him. They work together in order to save Circle and Tara's friends, and the space adventure begins. But will they succeed? New powers, foes, and unlikely allies will be made in this epic space adventure. This next story arc of Circle and Square has been in development for a very long time, and I have waited so long for the story to get here, because this is the most interesting part of Circle and Square Season 1, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. I completed the story of Shapeland in Space a while back in the 5th grade, and my peers really liked it, and I hope you guys will too. And the last major thing to come from Circle and Square this year is, of course, Circle and Square the movie. So I announced Circle and Square the movie last year alongside the switch from development of merely Tales of the Void from a series to a movie. And while the movie is still in active development, my main focus has been shifted towards Merely Tales of the Void, as it will be my first full-length animated feature film. However, we'll talk about Tales of the Void later in the stream. Once again, as stated earlier, the episode Know Your Past will tie in with this movie, so you may want to watch that episode first once it rolls out before the movie comes out. However, it is not clear whether this movie will release this year or early 2019. It depends on how things goes. Set 10 years before the events in Wrath of the Wand, a young hairdryer on the run from Blue Decagon crash lands in Shapeland. Young Circle and Square find him, And at first, the three dislike each other, but after similar struggles, they become the best of friends, brothers almost. But Blue Decagon's forces land in Shapeland, and they feel the recent disappearance of Sierra and Angle, Circle and Square's parents, might have something to do with it. So Circle, Square, Hairdryer, and Pentagon, tags along due to her obsession with Circle, head on the grandest adventure in order to find their parents and stop Blue from taking Hairdryer and possibly destroying Shapeland. Once again, the movie's a prequel. And the tagline for this movie is every story has a beginning, and we don't have a definitive release date for this movie, but we want to try to get this out in the last quarter of 2018, specifically December. And I hope you enjoy this. Circle and Square the movie is coming Q4 2018, while the episodes before will be released throughout 2018, with the Shapeland and Space arc beginning around November-ish. Or earlier if we can get there. I want to try to shift back to monthly Circle and Square episodes as best as I can. And I know I was really slacking on that all last year. And, like, the Wand Rebellion really killed me. Getting 3 episodes out there for 1 week, that really killed me. And, hell, it was actually 4 and I didn't even do it on time. Like, you have no idea how long it takes to make these episodes. But it doesn't matter what the process is as long as it gets done. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being so patient with Circle and Square, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for the next episode, and been waiting for the next arc, and been waiting for the movie, and I know a lot of you only come to the channel for Circle and Square, and by a lot of you, I mean only 5 of you, but thank you for your patience, and you're going to get your reward for being so patient this year. Moving on, let's talk about Meli's birthday bash, this annual ceremony thing that we do every year to celebrate my birthday on the channel. If you're new to the channel and you don't know what Meli's birthday bash is, basically it's this thing about the week around my birthday, January 14th. We have basically what I like to call a Meli bomb, and we have 1 video every day of that week. And this year is no exception. Instead, I know a while back I announced that we're going to have a story arc this year for World of Meli called World of Meli Iced. However, I eventually decided not to do that due to time restraints, and it doesn't really snow here in Oklahoma. So instead, we're going to do our traditional just random video of the week. However, we're going to have some fun twists on it. On Monday, January 15th is 50 ways to eviscerate a Nintendo 3DS. I destroy a 3DS in 50 unique ways. On Tuesday, January 16th is my top 10 favorite modern cartoons, where I go over my favorite cartoons of the 2010s. On Wednesday, January 17th is my top 10 favorite videos on World of Meli, which I go over my favorite videos I've ever made. On Thursday, January 18th is my top 10 favorite crossovers, where I go over my favorite crossovers in live action and animation. And on Friday, January 19th is 50 Ways to Eviscerate Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, where I eviscerate a horrible, boring book I had to read over the summer. So those are all the things that are coming during Meli's birthday bash, which is actually next week. And oh boy, I cannot wait to eviscerate those books and that 3DS. Just like my feelings got eviscerated on the February 13th incident. What, you think I'm just going to leave it as symbolic as that? No, I'm actually going to announce something pertaining to that. On February 13th, the 1-year anniversary of when the February 13th incident happened, you know, the incident I've been teasing at for a couple months now, I'm going to upload a video detailing the entire story of what actually happened. So don't miss that, I guess. Next, let's go over some updates I have for an upcoming World of Meli original movie, Meli Tales of the Void. The development on Meli Tales of the Void is actually going really smoothly. Actually, more smoothly than I thought. While we initially planned to record the dialogue around now and have the animation finished right before release, it turns out we have pretty much all the dialogue finished as of now. With the exception of cast members Drake Casey, Josie Little Creek, and possibly Lee Leonard, all the dialogue for Meli Tales of the Void is complete. The animatic process is also about to begin starting, but because we so suddenly switched to Flash animation, the process will take a little longer than I initially expected. However, now's your time to vote. Would you mind if I completely ditched lip syncing altogether? Like, there'd still be animations, however, the lip syncing would just be their mouths just kind of wide open, just kind of like an animatic form. However, there will still be animations, but that's up to you guys whether you'd like to see lip syncing or not. I plan to have Meli Tales of the Void be released around July. However, I want to take my time with this movie, and of course, you all know I'm not good with release dates at all, so don't expect it to come in July. Expect like a summer to late fall release, so don't expect a release date from me. The story of Meli Tales of the Void involves Millie, Maddie, Hooded Figure, Marshall, Sue, and Kate going on in a grand adventure to figure out what to do to save their world from invaders. I won't give too many plot details now, however, I will give plot details during the summer update. Now, before we get to our last big, huge announcements of the stream, on the screen right now, you're going to see a list of small, minuscule, non-important videos. Well, they are important in their own right, but they're not large enough to get their own little section in the stream. So here we go. All these videos are definitive upcoming videos that are coming this year. I hope you was able to read them all. I don't even know why I try anymore. Our next announcement is a really, really big one. However, we have nothing to show here except for a logo. A while back on my Instagram as well as Facebook, I posted to the official Hey Arnold, We Saved the Jungle Movie group chat, and I posted, should I make an animatic season 6 of Hey Arnold? The overall response to the question was pretty 50-50 until overall the yes beat it out. And so, I'm here to officially announce that Hey Arnold Season 6, a fan-made Season 6 that is now in development on World of Meli. All we have, of course, is this logo, and once again, it will be animatic, so no voice acting, thank God. And we're aiming for about 20 episodes, and I'm pretty sure it will be a satisfying end to Hey Arnold as a whole. And finally, let's take a look at our final thing to show in this presentation live stream. Now, fair warning, this has been in development since August. Immediately after its predecessor ended production, I started production on this sequel. I think you know what I'm talking about when I say this. And the channel has been building up to this, so I think it's finally time I show a little teaser. This is the logo shot for this movie, and it will be the first World of Meli original movie to release this year. Please take a look at this very short clip. Not a bad book, wouldn't you say, Dwayne? What am I kidding? Dwayne can't talk. But he will have his moment to shine in the first upcoming World of Meli original movie of 2018, the World of Meli Odyssey movie. This is, of course, the sequel to the World of Meli movie, which I released a while back on August 17th, 2017. That movie was meant to close out the summer, and as a whole, it was the huge 5th anniversary special I was teasing all summer. Not only all summer, all year long. But what does this movie have to do with anything on World of Meli, besides being just a cash-in movie based on World of Meli as a whole? Well, first of all, I can tell you it's not a cash-in, because there are some important things in this movie. The World of Meli Odyssey movie has been teased since the very beginning of our return. If you remember a while back in September, I released a video called The Return. It was a pretty basic video overall, and it was basically just meant to tease the return of World of Meli and how we're returning this September. But not only was that a teaser for our return from a long hiatus, that was also the very first teaser for the World of Meli Odyssey movie, as well as the major changes that World of Meli will be going through. Now that World of Meli is becoming more serialized and more cinematic in a sense, and we have more plot points, I think it's about time that we actually build up to something and have our very first story arc. Throughout all of World of Meli's history, we have never had a story arc. We've always had serialized series, if you so to say, in the form of Yoshi's New Island, Rhythm Heaven DS, Rhythm Heaven Megamix, all the Let's Plays, all the animated series, and of course those weird skits, all intertwined with each other at some point. This is the very first official story arc to come on World of Meli. But Meli, what is the World of Meli Odyssey movie? Well, as I explained earlier, the World of Meli Odyssey movie is the sequel to the World of Meli movie, which released in August. And once again, as I said, ever since the return, World of Meli has become more serialized and more cinematic. If you remember, if you stay towards the outro of every video, there's a secret hidden message, if you stay long enough. And by long enough, I mean a couple seconds. Some people have been bold enough to decipher these messages, and have discovered they are messages from the main antagonist of the channel, Chevron the Zebra. He's coming back, and he's coming back in a big way. In the World of Meli Odyssey movie, Chevron will make his grand return, and he will kidnap our friend Dwayne here, as he is apparently the heart of the channel, and if Dwayne is gone, the channel is weakened and it can be destroyed. So Meli, myself, goes on a huge adventure across the whole world, when in reality it's only a few blocks. But the World of Meli Odyssey movie, that's the whole globe. We circle the globe just to track Chevron down and save Dwayne and save the channel and defeat Chevron, hopefully for once and for all, but we all know he's going to come back eventually. In the World of Meli Odyssey movie, there will be a huge animated segment and featuring characters from the upcoming movie Meli Tales of the Void. So of course, the World of Meli Odyssey movie and Meli Tales of the Void kind of tie in together. It's sort of a prequel, so to say, how these characters met Meli and how they, got to the Void. So that's all the plot details I can give for now. We're going to start shooting this movie near the beginning of March, and I want to drop the trailer a few weeks before the movie drops. The World of Meli Odyssey movie is planned for release on March 28th. So, how did that stream go? Well, since this is a pre-recorded video and I have no idea how the stream actually went, tell me in the chat. Of course, the real Meli will be monitoring us. So, hi real Meli. I'm watching the chat. Don't worry about that. Got us covered. So what do you think about all these brand new additions to the World of Meli lineup? Are you ready for a more serialized, cinematic World of Meli? And what are your opinions on Hey Arnold coming to World of Meli and all of this circle and square stuff, man? It's really good, but I hope you enjoy it when it eventually comes to fruition. Anyway, that's going to be it from me. I hope to bring you a great 2018, and thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, take care.